Hello, good afternoon and greetings from London. I'm Norman Musa and welcome to Norman and Friends. Every Thursday, I'm cooking live with my friends from all over Europe, from UK, France, and also from the Netherlands. Okay, so in 60 minutes, we're going to inspire you with two recipes. So we're cooking one each. And today, I'm very lucky to have my friend from Newcastle, up north of UK, Graeme Fox. Okay, so just to let you know, if you're watching on YouTube, yeah, so do type up any comments, and also if you're watching on Facebook, right, so do share on your Facebook, so you can allow all your friends from around the world, okay, and don't forget to tell us where you're watching from, and any comments or any questions that you have, do feel free to ask, during this live session, okay? So when I'm cooking, Graeme's going to be reading all the questions or any comments, and when Graeme's cooking, then yeah, so it'll be my turn to read all the comments and read all the questions as well, okay? Right, let's bring my friend Graeme Fox.
Hi, Norman.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank yourself.
Good. I can see so many bowls in front of you there. So
yeah, a lot of stuff today.
Lots of prep. So, Graeme told me that what he's going to be cooking today, but I'm going to get him to tell all the viewers, okay, what he's going to be cooking, because by the sound of it, I'm salivating already. Right, Graeme, what are you going to be cooking today then?
So I'm going to be doing a Thai yellow curry with some local halibut. I'm going to do it as a starter portion, but absolutely you can sort of upscale this to do a main course and serve with some jasmine rice. So this is really fresh, plenty of lime, plenty of chili and fresh coconut. So the starter that I'm going to be doing today.
Great. Now, this is our second time actually cooking along, right? So, I mean, when you cook your recipe, is it the third time? I think it's the third time, is it? I can't remember now. I've cooked with so many friends. It's the third one, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so, I mean, okay. And then, your recipe is always inspired with all these Asian recipes and ingredients. What actually, kind of inspire you into cooking something like a fusion stuff?
I just love the freshness of Asian flavors. If you go to a curry house, it's an Indian curry, it's heavier. Not that I don't like a curry, but really fresh ingredients. It's great for vegetarians, pescatarians as well. Nice light flavors, and really healthy, really healthy. Good.
And so for any viewers who just discovered you and all that, so if they want to find out more about you, do you want to tell them about your social media where they can follow you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. As Ravenous Fox. I've also got on Facebook Ravenous Fox as well, and a collection of my recipes are on cookingbookly.com/Ravenous Fox. So DM me if you have any questions after this on any of those, or send me a message if there's something that you want to know more information about. Yeah,
I mean, I must say that you have a very catchy brand. I mean, with your logo and everything, even on your apron. Good. When you're ready, okay, so we can start cooking. And again, I'm going to remind everyone's watching, okay, so don't forget to tell us where you're watching from. So I'm going to read out all the comments, and while Graeme going through all these ingredients. So you can see that now the Instagram Ravenous Fox, that's where you can follow Graeme. Okay?
Fantastic.
Go for it, Graeme, whenever you're ready.
Okay. So we have got a lot of ingredients here. So we've got a lot of ingredients, as you can see here, but the first process is so easy. It's basically blending everything up to make the paste. So this is the paste that we'll end up with, which is a yellow curry paste. You can keep it in the fridge. You can even freeze it for when you want it. So the ingredients we've got here, obviously you've got the fish, the halibut that we're going to cook, but we've got coriander stalks, shallots, we've got some fish sauce and light soy, cumin and coriander, a neutral oil, so like a sunflower oil or a veg oil, some turmeric, garlic, lemongrass and chilies, some ginger and some fresh lime. We've also got a fresh bit of coconut. I'll tell you a little tip about the coconut that I learned off TikTok, which is unbelievable, but I learned off TikTok, which is fab. So what we'll do is we'll start making the actual paste for the curry. So it's just a simple assembly job. So in we go with the ginger. So there's about 1.5 inches of ginger there. and about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. A teaspoon each of whole coriander and cumin. We're going to go in with about sort of just for freshness, about a teaspoon of coriander stalks, a teaspoon of turmeric. With the we're going for 2 stalks of lemongrass. Take off the outside harder shell and take off the top. So we'll just chop that through. There it goes.
So it's a bit of a knife skill diagram.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
Is it cleaver? Yeah.
It's just it's really sharp, and you can quite easily lose a finger with these. So yeah, like I say, neutral oil. Don't use an oil like an olive oil for this because it's got too much flavour. So a natural flavourless oil. It just helps bind the paste and stops it burning when you put it in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go with a couple of shallots. Just peel them down. They can just go in half.
So this is something that I always have to make clear that in my cookbook about the shallots, okay, because you know the Asian shallots like a tiny one, right? Compared to So in case anyone wondering, like this is called banana shallot. So the tiny one is called Asian shallots. Just to let you know, everyone knows actually.
I tend to use the banana shallots just because they're easier to get and they're very easy to, as you can see, very easy to peel.
True.
Whereas if you get a standard round shallot, they're an absolute nightmare to peel.
It's not just that it's not just that it's quite expensive as well. Actually, the Asian shallots.
Yeah. And I mean, there are plenty of specialist Asian shops in the northeast. You can get the little shallots from, but we like a good bit of spice in our family. Okay, so we're going to go with 3 Thai red chilies.
Is that the tiny one, the small one?
Yeah.
My God, you're brave. I can't worry.
My wife absolutely adores spice, more so than me, but we both love something with a little bit of kick. Okay, so we're going to squeeze in the juice of a lime.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go in with the light soy, not a dark soy, because it'll take the colour of the paste too much. So a light soy, about a tablespoon and a half of that, and the same with fish sauce.
Okay.
And we'll just a tiny little pinch of salt. Okay, so excuse this bit, guys, it's going to be noisy. On it goes. Okay, so 30 seconds. 30 seconds in the blender. You can do it in a pestle and water if you want, but to be honest with you, just
that's gonna take half a day for us to do that.
Exactly, especially with ginger, because ginger can be quite sort of fibrous, and the lemongrass can be really tough. So let the Ninja or whatever blender you've got do the hard work for you. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to cook off the actual sauce itself. So we'll prepare the sauce first, and then it's just a case of the assembly job with the fish. So we'll turn this on.
Okay.
I'm just going to put a tiny dash of oil in the pan. I know there's some oil in the paste, but just a tiny dash, just so we don't burn.
We have a comment from Danny Richard to say that, well, he said, hello, Norman. He's watching from Holland, from the Netherlands. His dream is to cook. Yeah, to cook, to cook with me. And I'm sure after this, he wants to cook with you as well. So he's cooking Surinamese food, a touch of Asia.
So we're just going to put this on a fairly sort of gentle to medium heat, because obviously you don't want to burn the sauce. So we'll put it on like a fairly gentle to medium heat. It's just coming up to temperature there now, a little bit higher. Now this part is, depending on how you want your curry, you can do it quite heavy with the sauce or quite light. Personally, for the starter portion, about 1.5 tablespoons of the actual sauce, and then we'll add in the coconut milk to create the sauce. Okay, just starting to warm through there now. Great. Okay, so we'll go in with the curry sauce. So again, about 1.5 tablespoons there. And again, it'll start to cook really, really gently. And what will happen is you'll think the sauce is going to actually split because the oil starts to come out of the coconut just around the edges. But when you get to that point, we'll bring it back with actual coconut milk. Which smells incredible. Absolutely love this curry. Again, super, super healthy. You can see it's just gently starting to bubble there now. Great. It's a very, very easy curry to do. That's one of my favorites. And if you want to do this with chicken or prawns or a different sort of fish, absolutely do so. Great as a starter or as a main course. I've got some more halibut in the fridge for tonight, because if I cooked this today and didn't give my wife it later, there could be some severe repercussions. Okay, so the sauce is cooked now. It's just starting to leach out some of the oils. So we'll go in with the coconut milk. There we go. Again, just a gentle warm through of the sauce, and it'll come together. It's a really, really lovely amber colour from the turmeric. If you wanted to, I was going to do something, but it takes a lot of effort. Some little dim sum or dumplings, mincing up some prawn mince, add a teaspoon of the actual sauce in there, use your dumpling wrappers, wrap them up and steam them. It's absolutely gorgeous. So
how long do you have to cook this for? The sauce, this one?
It's
how long do you need?
literally 3 or 4 minutes, and it's just to take the rawness off the shallots and all the ingredients in there, because if you don't cook it long enough, you get a sort of almost like a slightly acidy metallic flavour. So you just need to make sure that all the ingredients are softened through, but it's not a great deal more than that, really. What we'll do, give it another 30 seconds. Incidentally, I get my fish from a wonderful guy in the northeast in North Shields called Collingwood Seafood. I can't stress enough, for me personally, being able to use somebody who has a great knowledge of seafood and fish and shellfish is so important. They'll talk to you about sort of seasonality. They'll give you alternatives, because halibut's not a cheap fish, but absolutely you can use. There's a fish called a wolffish. It looks like the most terrifying fish you've ever seen in your life, but it's a very, very similar meat to halibut, but it's about a quarter of the price.
Right. Okay.
So if you are watching a budget, it's very sweet and quite meaty like halibut. Okay, so that's that done. What I'll just do is I'll pop the sauce over here. Okay, so the fish itself is, again, it's just a starter portion. So you've just got 2 very, very small fillets. As when I'm cooking most fish, I prefer to actually oil the fish rather than the pan. Hope it not stick, fingers crossed. So oil the fish first, and then I'll season it with just a little bit of salt. Just to to increase the flavour of the fish and bring out sort of natural sweetness. So a tiny bit of oil over the fish. And what we'll just do is just very gently with the hands, just both sides, try not to break the fish up. Just roll it over in the oil. And again, what we want here is probably a sort of a medium heat. So you will get a little bit of colour on the outside of the fish, but not burnt. A little bit more heat.
Oh, that's very brave for you to touch a pan like that. Did you touch the pan just now?
No.
Oh, I thought you just put your. Don't try that at home, okay? So it looks like you touched the pan just like that.
It is just a thing, though. It's a thing that I have learned just in terms of everything I cook, from steak to fish or even vegetables. Is just to try, because there are different sort of. This is very different to my cooker behind me, so the heat's different. So just use your hand, and if you get into about an inch and a half away from the pan, and it's almost a little bit too hot for your hand to take, not on the pan obviously, just a little bit off there.
It looks like it's on. It looks like it's on the
a little bit more heat in there. Okay, so I'm just going to season up the fish. Both sides. I prefer to use sea salt for flavour, a little bit of texture as well, certainly with steaks and what have you, but I just prefer the flavour. Absolutely, you can use normal table salt, but it's just my preference. Okay,
but have you tried Malden salt before? Malden.
Yeah, that's where.
Oh, that's Malden. That's why I thought I recognized it. It's the best. Yeah, it's the best.
I mean, you can pay a lot of money for salt. So okay, so what we'll do? Here we go. Gently laying the fillets. This curry works really well with monkfish as well, because monkfishes are really sort of a meaty fish. When you go and buy it from the shops, ask the fishmonger to do it for you, because they'll take the solid bone out of the middle, but there's also sort of like a pinky membrane on the outside. It's not really nice to eat, so they'll peel all that off you. So it's just nice and easy to cube up, and then serve in the curry. So what I tend to do is, and I perhaps would have done it with this, is marinate the actual fish in a little bit of ginger and a bit of turmeric. If it's going to go in a curry, that's what I would do. But the sauce is just going to go over the top of this as a little starter. A little tip when you're cooking fish here, you'll see the fish sort of go more white. It'll come further towards the top of the fish. When it gets to about halfway through, gently turn the fish over and turn the heat almost off, and the residual heat will just help the fish cook through, because you don't want dry fish. It needs to be ever so slightly opaque in the middle. We'll get rid of this.
I must say it's very different from the way the Asian would cook. They just put everything, and then again, everything just been cooked like for an hour or something, and then it kind of break the fish.
Absolutely. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a bit of the dressing for the garnishes. So I'm going to use a little bit of the chili again.
More chilies, Graeme.
This is just, I mean, it looks great on the picture with the yellows and orange and green.
Do you know this? Have you heard of a Foodies Festival? Foodies Festival. Have you heard of Foodies Festival in the UK? They have like everywhere in Edinburgh. I'm not sure about Newcastle. Foodies Festival, a food festival called Foodies Festival. Have you heard of it? They have a chili eating competition. So so anyway, that's something like that. Maybe like
actually up here in the northeast of England. Anything research for that, because she'd be great. So I learned something, believe it or not, from TikTok. I never thought I'd say this, but I did. So when you're opening a coconut turns on its side, bang it with the back of the cleaver to actually split the coconut in half. But then put the coconut with a shell filled over the top, or hot water across for about a minute, boiling water, and it just helps the shell completely release from the actual coconut itself.
That's a very good tip.
Oh, lovely. There we go. So again, I'm going to turn the heat off. When you come to tasting the sauce again, for me, I like it a good amount of zing, so I'll taste the sauce.
So what are you expecting in the sauce then? Yeah.
A little bit more lime in the actual curry sauce itself. What I've done is I've also got I'll just put this over here, sorry. The coconut, so what I've done is I've used the mandolin, just some quite nice little semicircles of very fine coconut, just to dress the dish with. And I'll also use some of the coriander stalks as well, just to give a little bit of freshness. Okay, so that's it's about 30 seconds to a minute away. So I'll pop this back on here. So it's just warming through.
I'm just gonna say thank you to this commenter, a beautiful mind. I mean, I'm not too sure whether it's she or he, because like I mentioned about my restaurant, my ex-restaurant in my previous restaurant in Malaysia actually. So this person managed to go there. Yeah, I did once have like 3 restaurants. It was hard work, I must say. Do you have a plan to open up a restaurant? Yeah. Do you have a plan to open up one, Graeme, in future?
No. Do you know what? I really admire guys like you, and I've had people that have said, you know, why don't you open a restaurant? It'd be great. In all honesty, you guys work too hard. You work too hard. You get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Long hours.
And it's just, for me, what I do love is I love the engagement of having friends and family over. So we can sit, we can chat around the kitchen, and I can see the kind of direct response. I'm sure as somebody who's had their own restaurant, that's the pleasure. It's being able to see people love the food that you put in front of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you get the excitement like watching people enjoying your food. See, that's the thing.
Hugely. So what I'm going to do is, just so I can dress the dish, I'm just going to put the sauce into a little jug there. Let's move this to the side. And we'll dress the dish. Like I say, it's a very simple dish, but one that I absolutely love. If I can find my spatula, where have I put my spatula? Here it is. Okay, so how we finish the dish is, I'm feeling greedy, I'll do 2 pieces.
Is this for your missus to have later? For your wife to have later? She's watching. Is she watching? She's gonna have both of. Oh, you have another set to cook for her later.
Yeah, so it's just gonna go over.
Oh wow, the sauce is kind of look really good. It's kind of a nice thickness as well.
It's really nice and unctuous. Be generous with the sauce. There's nothing worse than sort of having a dish and you're just wishing you had more sauce with it. So I'm going to finish the dish with just a little scattering of the actual coriander stalks. Yeah. Just to give that sort of earthy freshness that you get from coriander. And for the chili heads, and because it looks pretty, some more Thai chili just over the top.
Need to call you king of chilies after this, because like.
So, word to the wise, wash your hands after you've
yes.
Chili. So, I mean, ice and anywhere south, just don't do it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just finish the dish with these fresh pieces of coconut. Just to make it. There we go. I think, yeah, I love that. There we go. If I can show you guys.
That looks beautiful. Wow.
There we go. So that's my halibut with the Thai yellow curry.
Yeah. That looks really good, Graham. Okay, I have a bit of a question here. Okay, if you have a restaurant, okay, how much do you think you will charge that? How much you will charge your customer, your guests for that?
I'm going to say, what's a starter, isn't it? I've got a starter portion.
Oh, this is a starter. I thought it's a main course.
Well, it was going to be a starter before I put it to. Okay, as a main course, I'm going to say £21. As a starter, about £9.
That's so cheap. Well, I mean, it's good quality, like food there. So I would be happy to pay more than that. And you see how you put together and everything delicately, like so much love that going into that. You see, so definitely you can go for more than that. But yeah, thank you. That's a beautiful dish there.
My absolute pleasure. Again, say if anybody's got any questions they want to ask me, later or even on Instagram or Facebook.
Definitely, yeah.
Please do, and you know, I've got a lot of different recipes on my various pages. So even if it's not food, let me know.
Yeah, let's get Sandy to put up the your Instagram again, the social media, and then there you go. So if you want to follow Graeme, so check out his latest events and all that. So what are you up to at the moment then? Are you doing anything online, like because you did like a Zoom live cooking before, right?
Yeah, what I have been doing is various companies, not so much now, but during lockdown what I did was people weren't sort of able to see their colleagues and friends. So what I did was Zoom cooking lessons. So it was kind of like a team building thing where people could sort of, in a really sort of relaxed, in their own kitchen, a lot of the time with a glass of wine in their hand, teach them a dish, something similar to this. It was taking about sort of 20 minutes, half an hour. And do something different that they wouldn't normally do. And also, unbelievably so, because I'm just at the end of the day, I'm just a home cook, is I'm looking to get a cookbook published in the near future via my association with Cookly Bookly. So please keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be very busy doing more dishes like this, so I've got plenty of recipes to fill the book. As you know, Norman, putting books together is a labour of love, but it's something I'm really looking forward to.
Good. So for anyone who's just joined us, right? If you missed out the first bit, the first part of when Graeme started cooking this, so you can watch this again on the YouTube channel. Yeah, Chef Norman Musa. Okay, so that's something that you can do in future. Right, Graeme, are you ready to watch me preparing my dish now?
I am. Good luck.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be cooking something simple. Sorry, I have to sit down and just like keep watching, like you know, excitingly you preparing your dish. So now it's my turn to stand up and then get ready. Okay, so we're gonna try to get the close-up camera here. Let's see whether we can. Yeah. Okay, so because I'm gonna show you how to make this Vietnamese summer rolls. Okay, it may sound simple. I mean, I'm sure like many of you have done this before, right? But I'm gonna show you the technique how to prepare some of the ingredients. Yeah. So the thing that I love about this Vietnamese summer rolls, it's like it's fresh. So it's with full of herbs and also all the vegetables as well. And it's fun thing to do for dinner parties as well. Yeah. So especially if you have like a table of 6 friends sitting around, and you can always get them to roll themselves the summer roll. Yeah. So for the ingredients, let me just run through do the close up here. So you can see that. So I have the 3 herbs. So mint leaf, and also this is a Thai basil. Okay, and then also coriander. Yeah. And for the filling, I'm gonna do. Well, you can make it as a vegan or vegetarian, just all the vegetables. But this time I'm gonna have with a pulled chicken, which I'm gonna chicken. Suddenly the fly can smell all this like chicken and prawn. So I have here poached prawns, okay, and vermicelli noodles, right? And then I have here the iceberg, okay, so which I'm gonna show you how to cut it, and also cucumber, right, and also carrot, okay. So this, let me start with this iceberg first. So I only have about a quarter here. So what I'm going to do is just pull out the middle bit, and then I'm going to flatten it like this, and then just thinly slice it. Okay. Just, so you want to get thin, kind of because later it's all about the presentation, because you want to get nice. Colorful kind of ingredient roll up in this rice paper. Okay. trying to be careful with my fingers here. And I'm going to put on the plate here. So something more, I'm going to chop. Okay, let's work this knife first. Now I'm going to prepare the carrots. Carrots, I'm just going to julienne these. Okay, so cut about 6 centimeters, yeah, long, and then just thinly slice this. If you have a mandolin, okay, you can just slice this, and then you cut it into strips, or what they call it, julienne. Oops. See, normally it's like the table is quite low, so that's why I have to bend over a bit. So I have to be careful with my fingers here. Because the standard height of the table or working space is about 900 millimeter or 900 centimeter. Yeah, so 0.9 meter to be precise. How tall are you, Graeme?
I'm 5'9".
5'9", okay, 2 inches taller than me. So yeah, I think.
What's 2 inches between friends, you know?
Okay, so basically cut into strip like this, yeah. So now I'm just gonna transfer to a plate.
So Norman, would you ever sort of do like a little light pickle for the carrots and stuff?
Yeah. Well, we have this what we call achar, for example. Achar. So achar is like a pickle. It's called pickle in Malay, right? So we have this liquid or seasoning. It's made of like a vinegar, rice vinegar, okay,
yeah.
And then with sugar, and also water. As simple as that. And normally we put like a carrot, a cucumber, and also onion, or sometimes pineapple as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, with the cucumber, I'm gonna show you how to cut 2 ways. Okay, I'm gonna show you the simple one first. First, slice towards the end of it, so you can put it like a nice and firm on your chopping board. Yeah, and you angle it this way so you can see it better, and then just thinly slice it. So because you don't want to use a seed because it's gonna be quite wet in the middle, yeah, for the seed. And then you can just arrange it because we want to get again julienne it. And just slice it. Yep. So this is like the safer way, right? Now I'm going to show you. This is when your cleaver, Graeme, it becomes handy, right? I don't have my cleaver knife with me today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it. This is when I do like a cookery class, I always try to challenge my students to do it this way. So what you need to do is just like, let me see if I can try to get this. So it works better if you have a cleaver knife actually.
That's a very steady hand.
I'm not trying to smile at the same time. Okay, it's almost perfect anyway, but it works better when you have a cleaver knife. So this is how you want to get, right? And then you can slice this or cut this into, see, as thin as that. You want to get it, yeah? And you can just arrange it. And then cut into stick. Good. So that's why you need to be careful because you don't want to get too wet because it can be slippery. Okay, there you go. So that's how you want to cut. Yeah, the cucumber. if you want a bit of a challenge, you can do it that way. Yeah. Right. So I have all these 3 ingredients ready. So now I'm gonna start rolling. But first, I'm gonna pull this chicken. Let me just put this away first. So this prawns, it's actually just what I've done is like on the frying pan, just just boil some water. So it's very shallow water, and then just poach this for like 2 minutes or so. And just start changing color. So then that's ready. Yeah. And I'm just gonna pull the chicken, cut it into like a long strip.
So Norman, if you wanted to make this sort of completely vegan, what would be your options to use as a filling?
I would, well, again, apart from tofu, right? What the prefer? So the type of tofu that I would prefer is the spongy one. So that's one of them, okay. And another one is the tempeh. So tempeh, have you tried tempeh before?
I've not. I've tried the firm tofu, but not the tempeh.
Yeah, I mean, like tempeh is made of soya. Anyway, when I was in the Netherlands before, and tempeh was very popular because again, Indonesian food was it's baked in the Netherlands. So you can get actually, I don't think you have a Wingip supermarket up there, but Wingip they always have like a frozen tempeh. So you can get that in the supermarket, in Chinese supermarket. I love it because what I normally do with tempeh is like deep fry them, nice and crispy, and then season with salt and also paprika, brown paprika, and then have it as a snack. Yeah, so that's good. Okay. Just want to go through, right? This fish sauce, this sauce, dipping sauce, is made of sugar, palm sugar, water, fish sauce, lime, and also garlic and chili. Yeah. Again, it's not too spicy. I don't think you like this, Graeme. So you're probably gonna put like some like Thai chilies in there, yeah, for the kick. But let's just get the working space ready. So I'm just gonna wipe this first. The reason why I choose like a green pot because you can see it better when you put this rice paper. Okay, so here, just okay. This is the thing that if you want to use a rice paper, right, like this, right. So the best is to soak it in a cold water, not warm water. Okay, because I saw some of the recipes they put in a lukewarm water because that again gonna make the process like quicker. It's gonna cook the rice paper very quickly, so you don't want that to happen. Right, I'm gonna do one first, okay, and then again there's 2 surfaces. One is like a smooth, and this is a rough. Okay, so the rough one is gonna be inside. Okay, so the smooth one is gonna be outside. So I'm gonna soak in the water for 10 seconds only. Okay. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you have 1 minute only. Okay, so now it's still a bit hard, right? 1 minute to put all the ingredients together. So we're gonna start with the iceberg. Be very generous with iceberg and also vermicelli. And then put the cucumber, carrot. So all line up together. So the herbs, so I have here the basil and also the mint, which I'm gonna put on top here. And then the coriander, I'm gonna put down here. So I'm gonna tell you why of this. Well, you're gonna see why. Okay, put down here. And then prawn, what I'm gonna do is just like a slice in half. And then the orange bit facing down, yeah? Because you want it to be visible on the rice paper. Okay, so we're ready to roll now. And see kind of a soften up bit. So you can see that mine just did put everything less than a minute. So squeeze, okay? And then roll up. And then pull on the side. Because you want to get nice and tight. Okay? and then you have a bit of a space at the top there, so it's going to work like a glue. It will kind of seal, and there you go.
Wow.
That's how you want to do it. Okay, so it's nice and firm. Okay, I'm going to do another one very quickly, but this time with chicken. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, ready. So we start with the iceberg.
So this would be great for like a packed lunch or some picnic food. Nice glass of wine.
It is. It is, yeah. So it's nice, like you dip it like a nicely. It's nicely when you fresh it, do it fresh. So you have all the ingredients ready. Because I hosted in a party before, and then I have all the ingredients ready on a plate in front of everyone and show them how to do this. Okay. Again, with the chicken, I'm gonna put on top here some coriander as well. So carrot and so cucumber. Okay, so now ready for me to roll. It's important to line all. Oh, sorry. It's important to line all these ingredients together. On the side. And just fold it up. Oh, this one is going to be, I've got carried away with all the ingredients here. Let's put it back in. There you go. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this. Make sure that you have a very sharp knife. When you cut it open, you will see that. Okay? It's nice kind of a color. So you can be creative. You can put any type of other ingredients. Like the colorful one is even better. Yeah. This is the prawn.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay. So and then again for the presentation. So we're just gonna put here. We're gonna cross it like that. So I have another plate for the prawn. There you go. So when you're ready to eat this, I mean, like, or when you're ready to serve this, you need to roll it freshly. Roll it because the thing with the rice papers, it get very rubbery if you leave it for too long. Yeah. So let me just do like a close up. You can see better. There you go. So that was a prawn, and this is a chicken. It's a very it's a mouthful. So I'm gonna try to eat one. Okay. Do you want to taste your dish as well at the same time with me, or you want to take photo first?
Let me just try
Let's try this. So I'm gonna go for the prawn one. I think Sandy, let's have a. So you don't show the close-up one. So just two cameras, me and Graeme. That's it. Okay. So how's your curry, the fish?
It's good. It's not too spicy actually. Just nice.
Really? Seriously, after all those chilies, and then you still think it's not spicy? I'll be crying right in front of you. Shamefully to admit, I'm from Malaysia, see, but my chili level has completely gone downhill. So that's why my late mom was complaining about me becoming so British before, because I couldn't take any chilies that she cooked. So I'm just gonna eat this. Mm. Mm. All the crunch and it tastes the herbs. It's nice, very nice. Yeah. Mm. Wow, we still have about 50 minutes. I think I did it very quickly just now. It only took me about 15 minutes. So,
okay, you asked me before, Norman, if you if I was going to serve this in a restaurant, what would I be charging? So for your dish there, what are we talking?
Well, I had it in my restaurant before, so this one is only like about the average is about £4.50, £5, so it can't be more than that, I think. But if it's with prawns, of course, it's going to cost a lot more, but maybe about £6 max, and 2 steaks. Yeah. So that's what I normally.
Would you ever use sort of like enoki mushrooms in there, or
yeah. So I mean something like that. I would simply blanch it in a hot water. Yeah. So just make sure it's slightly cooked as well. So again, like for example, like the bean sprout. I know some people like to serve it raw, right? But I prefer to blanch it even for 30 seconds or so. So yeah. So it can be creative, but if I put a bit of caviar, a teaspoon of caviar, probably I charge about £50 per roll. So always make a difference, right? Okay. So So is there anything that you want to share with the viewers before we go? Yeah.
This is just something that Norman, you've been really kind to have asked me to be involved with. I think what's important from my perspective is I'm not a trained chef. This is my home. This is my kitchen at home. But if you've got some passion about something, and what this took 15, 20 minutes, things like that you're doing for yourself, that are again a really quick dish, super healthy, for people counting calories. So a lot of people are put on a few lockdown pounds, like myself. And dishes like this, you can use a low-fat coconut milk with this one, just to cut the calories a bit, and then it's very, very light on calories. The portion's not huge, but again, it's something I love doing. Obviously, Norman, you really love doing, but I'm just thankful to be involved. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Anyway, I mean, to be honest, if you haven't admitted that you're not a trained chef and all that, no one will believe. I mean, you cook like a pro there. So everyone will believe that. If you say that you had 10 restaurants before, still people will believe that.
Wow. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
So, thanks, Graeme, for all the time. I just want to tell the viewers that Norman and Fred is going to have a break in July. So, because we have something coming up, so I'm putting something together. So, we'll be back in August. Actually, we want to announce this exciting plan that we're going to have. Starting from August. So, but again, thanks, Graeme, for all your time just to cook along. And I'm sure your dish has inspired many people that are watching. And again, if anyone missed out this from the beginning, they can always just go to Chef Norman's YouTube channel. And Graeme, you can watch it again on YouTube channel. So after this. So okay, so we're gonna say goodbye now. So again, don't forget to follow Graeme on social media, and if you haven't followed on my YouTube or Facebook, or even, well, I'm a bit annoyed about Facebook because my previous page with 81,000 followers was hacked, and then it became like a Vietnamese women clothing now. It was just it's like with all the lingerie, and then a few of my friends, private message me, say that what happened to your page? We saw a woman clothing, a lingerie, like, are you selling them now or something? I said, so it's been hijacked, unfortunately. So again, I have a new social media. I'm trying to get it back anyway. So hopefully, if Facebook's been listening to me, so hopefully I can get my 81,000 followers back. But so do keep in touch with us. So we're gonna say goodbye now. So thanks, Graeme. So
cheers. Thanks very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Thanks to Sandy. Bye-bye.